Yes, as we advertised, you're supposed to be having a conversation with Madam Claudia Cote Lumo, the CEO of Great Africa, and Good Ambassador for the United Nations Public Population Fund, and also one of the aspirants for the Oforukrum seat, seeking to replace Dr. Emmanuel Mafo in Parliament in 2025. Something has come up, and so she cannot join us for this conversation. But Leo and myself will be looking at the NPP primaries in the Ashanti region. We will be giving you a list. We now have the compilation of all those people vying for seats across the 41. Now we have 47 constituencies, and I'll be giving you the breakdown. They've opened the nomination for 41, and this is the reason. The NPP currently holds 42 seats in the Ashanti region out of the 47. What that means is that there's what we call the orphan constituencies. So they are opened for 41, and 4 had already been done. The orphan constituency, that election had been done in December for Asanwase, Sachra Farm Plains, New Adubiase, and Ejrasechre Dumase. So these are the seats held by the NDC. Then there's an independent seat, that is Fomena, making it 5. So out of the 47, NPP holds 42. The reason why they've opened the nomination for just 41 is that there's one outstanding, that is Kumewu. The decision of the party is that the Kumewu MP who replaced Honorable Baswa, that is Ernest, let me get the surname for you, Ernest Yawenim, will not they will not open up for that constituency to be contested again, because they believe that the by-election was just a few months ago and he should go. So Ernest Yawenim is the parliamentary candidate for the NPP in the Kumewu constituency going into the 2024 general elections. That is that. Now there's also some constituencies where the MPs will not be having a contest. They are going unopposed. Nobody filed to contest them. We have 5 as we speak. Leo, can you take us through the 5?
So it's the first one is Akrofrom, and the aspirant's name is now there's not an aspirant, right? Because they're going so it's Alex.
So for them, when they go on the ballot, it will be yes or no.
Yes or no.
It will just be acclamation.
Yeah. So Alex Blankson is representing Akrofrom, and Honorable Yao Osei Duchum, he is representing Abosomtwe, and then Nana Ayu Afriye is for Efrijase Asokore, and then John Potiakuma is Ejoso, and then Isaac Yao Opoku is Offenso South. So these are the 5 that are going on.
These are the 5. Yeah. Okay. So this morning, what I'll be doing is I'll be taking you through, and we'll be going through the top constituencies, where for me I have Christian it as the battleground when it comes to this election. So for starters, I think that one constituency where it will be very interesting to watch is Adansia Sokwa, the contest between Katie Yamon and Same Benfo Dakwa. And I spoke to Mr. Benfo Dakwa last Friday. And quite an articulate young man. So when you go to Adansia Sokwa, Katie Yamon has been an MP since 2001. He served as Deputy Energy Minister under Kufuor. He's been the lead for NPP when it comes to communication in Parliament on energy matters. He's the current Trade Minister who replaced Alan Tremartin. The last time they met, they've met before. So actually, 4 people are contesting at Adansia Sokwa: Katie Yamon, Enoke Champon Kwamna, Nkansa Samoa, and Same Benfo Dakwa. But the last time Katie Yamon met Same Benfo, and that was the first time Katie Yamon, I think if my memory is right, was being contested since 2000. So he's been an MP for 24 years. Katie Yamon had 238, Same Benfo Dakwa had 180, a difference of 58. So it's a very keen contest. And people actually believe that is why there are a lot of machinations or a lot of works against Same Benfo Dakwa to get him disqualified, because they believe that he can uproot Katie Yamon.
But is Katie Yamon still that influential in Adansia Sokwa?
Yeah, he's the Trade Minister. He can, I mean, when you're a minister.
So when you say, I say.
Oh yes, he's a Katie. Let me check. I think Katie has advanced in age. Katie Yamon has advanced in age. He's not a young man. He's from the Kufuor stock. Katie Yamon is he was born in 1960, so he's 64 years. He'll be 64 on June 16th.
Oh, 64 is okay.
64, yeah.
He's a youth.
He's a on your youth.
I mean,
so your youth they are sending your catcher and qualify.
But if somebody like Pitobi and John Mahama are representing the youth, then Katie Amon can.
No, you are not getting the point. I'm saying that Katie Amon told that youth. I've been being it.
Tico knows.
So if you classify as a youth,
he's a very charismatic man. The way that he relates, sometimes you'll be doing something very silly, but it looks like you cannot fault him for it. You just kind of accept it and move on.
Actually, those close to him say that he's a very nice gentleman. It's just that he plays around a lot. My team, if someone can come help me, I think Madam Claudia is calling. So let's go to the next constituency. The next constituency is Afija Kwabre North, where the sitting MP Collins Adomaku-Mensah will also be contested by one Daniel Cheti Ejare. I don't think it will be a very keen constituency. I think that Collins Adomaku-Mensah can sail through that contest. When you go to Afija Kwabre South, the MP there, he is the Deputy Energy Minister, William Oreku Edu. It's not going again. That's Afija Kwabre South. So there are three people who are vying for that seat. Damata Ama Apenama Salam, then Richard Apia Kubi and George Sapon. We spoke to George last Friday. It's a very interesting contest. When you go to Afija Setre East, that is where you have the Deputy Roads Minister, the daughter of Nanan Kansabuedu, Mavis in Kansabuedu, and Richard Berima Sapon and Opoku Fofie contesting. Now, when you go to Afija Kwabre East, Afija Setre East, in the last election in June 2020, Honorable Nkansabuedu Mavis went unopposed, so there weren't any contest for us to compare the numbers. Now, when you go to Ahafo North, we have I think the NADMO Director General Eric Nana Ajiman Prempe contesting for that seat with Ofosu Frimpong. Now, when you go to Ahafo North, the last time round, the MP there also went unopposed. Is one Suleimana Amadou Sanit. Now, when you go to Ahafo South East, we have 5 people contesting. We have John Wesley Owusu Boating, Emmanuel Osei Boating, then Frederick Champon, the sports journalist. Then you have Roy Jabo Entry and Boating Obing. Now, when you go to Havana Southwest, Francis Menua Dabo also, who is not contesting again. He's not contesting again. The last time he went unopposed. So when you go to the Havana seat, I think all of them are not going again. All of the MPs Dance Sports Authority. We spoke to him last Friday. Now, when you go to these areas, and I think that these are also battlegrounds. I've already made mention of Adansia Soka. I think another battleground that we need to look at when it comes to the NPP parliamentary elections are the Ashanti Achim seats. When you go to Ashanti Achim Central, there is a repetition of the contest between the sitting MP and the chairman of the Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee of Parliament, Kwame Ayimedu Ntwi, and the CEO of the National Entrepreneurship, NIIP, someone should find NEIP, someone should find I think it's entrepreneurship something. He used to be the DG for the Accra Digital Center, Kofi Ofosun Kansa. It's a 2-horse race between them. The last time they met, Honorable Ayimedu beat Kofi Ofosun Kansa by 41 votes, 251 as against 210, so 41. It's a very keen contest, and there's a lot of tricks, plotting and planning happening there. And the list is on our Facebook, so when you come, you can go through them with us. Now, when you go to Asante Achim North, Agogo, always there are issues there. And Asante Achim Central, for those who don't know, is Konongo. Then when you branch on your left, you go to Agogo. When you go to Agogo, there are 5 people. A former MP, which is Kojo Bajiman, is contesting the sitting MP, Andy Apia Kubi. For those who don't know Andy Apia Kubi, he was the gentleman who alleged that a businessman wanted to bribe them when they started the campaign to get Ken Ofurata ousted. There are also people who say that the OSP
I understand. Yeah, that case has been thrown out.
Yes, the OSP said that the gentleman was not forthcoming of evidence, and so.
But he
said that. Well, he's going to a contest, so I don't know whether I should say. But he did a press conference and said that when the businessman approached him, he gave him his word that he will not reveal his identity. So he doesn't want to reveal his identity.
If he was not going to reveal the identity, why
did he make the allegation in the first place? Well, he's a lawyer. So then there's also Samuel Kojo Frimpong, there's Stephen Obensaka, Then there's the PRO for the Education Ministry, Kwasi Kwarteng Frimpong. So that is Asante Achim North Agogo and Enclave. Very, very hot contest. Then when you go to Asante Achim South, all the Asante Achim seats, Ejadem, and easy. They are key constituencies. We have Bice Osei Kufo Obo, the musician. He's a current MD for the Ghana Post. He wants to contest the sitting member of parliament, deputy minister for railways.
How did Obo fare in the previous
sure,
one?
It was, he did well. You remember there was even trending that he won.
Yeah.
So when he contested him, the sitting MP then, Kweku Asante Boateng had 364 and Obo had 296. So the difference of 68.
Which is very close.
Very close. And Asante Achim, for those who don't know, Asante Achim South is Jaso and it's Enclave. Jaso, it borders one of the lower West Akim or so. It borders those places.
But the thing about Obo is I haven't seen a lot of people transition from entertainment to politics and be so successful.
Oh, there's quite a, you can mention of Fred Baffo.
Fred Baffo, back in the days. But I mean, in recent times.
Oh, there are quite a lot. We saw Bibi Bright in the NDC trying to contest for one of the Temasi. She wasn't successful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some of them, we've seen them, they contest, but, the impact is not
John
that.
Dumelo is also contesting again.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them, but I think that it's only, maybe Fred Baffo is the model for Kuma. He even became a minister. He's very, I think he even did two or three terms. And Fritz, because of where he's coming from, his dad was the former RP Baffo, the first black vice chancellor for KNUST, so he's quite influential. But I think that Obo stands, because the reason why I think Obo stands the chance is that the MP told them he won't go again. That's the report we are getting, that he won't go again. Then he's coming. So people think that for Obo, a new timer to go in there and get a difference of 68, there's a possibility that he may.
And he has been very visible in the last 4 years.
Yes, again, that's allegation against the next constituency you are going to Asokwa. People feel that Mama Pat won't be going again, but he's going. The last time she went on opposed, Patricia PJ, but now she's having two people contesting there. Francis Nanaya.
And then Edmond Che.
Yes, Edmond Che are contesting there. When you go to Achima Kwangoma, we have the sitting, I think he's the deputy defense minister, Kwekwama Nkwamenu. And he also, the last time at Achima Kwangoma, it wasn't a contest. I mean, the closest person had 197 and he had 410. But this time we have Paul Kweku Chei Ofori contesting him. So I think that's a very interesting constituency. Then you have Achiman Punia. The last time I made a post on this, a lot of people were tagging me to look at this constituency. Isaac Kwame Esiama, the first sports minister, has also been an MP for a very long time, I think since 2000. Very, very long time. This time, the last time in Achimampuna, he went on a post. But this time, he's having 3 people contest, and people are telling me to watch that constituency. He has Osei Bonsu Christian, then he has Seth Osei Akoto, then John Dawuni Oforiata, all contesting him. Very, 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 very keen constituency that we need to watch, Leo. Then when you go to Achiman Wabiejan North, the sitting MP used to be Benito Usubio, Deputy Minister for Natural Resources. He's not going again. So we have new faces, Francis Yeboah and Dixon Osei, SCB. I don't know much about them, so I can't say. Then when you go to the south, Wabieja South, that's where our good friend or the man who was chased, Anshre is going
boss.
again.
Such a fine gentleman.
Yeah, the last time he went on a post, but this time he's having 3 people, Shelley, Che, George Tufo and Dennis Ado.
I think that was where I monitored in the last election.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How's the terrain? Achimari just service which areas?
It's going to Nkarie and Enclave, and its surrounding areas. Very big constituency. Poor road systems in a lot of places. But
I think that was why he was even chased.
Yeah, that was why he was chased. But I think apart from the road systems, I think everything was fairly okay in terms of how the section...
Is it Jacobu?
No, not Jacobu. Jacobu is on the Manso Road, on the Boas Road.
Okay.
This one is Ankarie.
Okay.
You take the Bebiani Road.
Okay.
Yeah, to Ankarie.
Okay. So the next constituency for me is the next battlefield. I think it's even the topmost for me. When I'm ranking it, apart from Adansi Asokwa, I think Bantama is a very, very interesting. We have the brother of Kennedy Japan, Ralph Japan, who is a lawyer, contesting the sitting member of parliament, Francis Asenso Boache, the minister for roads Minister for Waterworks and Housing. Now, what's interesting that Bantama, since Madam Cecilia Dapa,
it's been flipping.
It's been flipping. Then Kukufu came one term. Daniel Chamabuadi came. May God rest his soul. One term. Then Asensu came. There are people who believe that he's done some work, but Ralph is a strong candidate.
But comparing Francis to the last 3 MPs who came, who do you think has been able to?
I think because he's more of a young man. Ochem is young, but he's a bit conservative. Yeah. I think he has brought some visibility to Bantama that we cannot take from him. He's done some work. I know that Duato Bridge, there's also some library he brought the president to commission and where he was campaigning
that he has
him,
made for
but people feel that his human relations, that's what I've been told, that when he picks signal. And the reason why also people think he may lose the seat is that when you check the vote of Kennedy Japan in Bantama against that of how do I put it? Against that of Baumia when they did the presidential race, the difference was about 6. So it tells you that Kennedy has a great, attraction in there, and this is his brother, blood brother. In fact, the first time I saw the gentleman speak, his mannerisms, his everything, it's just like Kennedy Japan. So people feel that because of the rift between Asenso Boache and Kennedy Japan, and Kennedy is huge in the NPP. The grassroots people love him. And if anybody doubts it, the results of the presidential election is a testament to that fact. So people believe that he can worry Asenso Boache. Because Asenso was the guy many people thought he can break that, 4-year cycle and just go for maybe 2-3 terms and even 4 terms because he's young and all that. But they feel that Raphael Japan. And interestingly, one of the key power brokers when you go to the Bantama constituency for the NPP is Jantua, one Amofa Jantua. He is the bankroller for Bechem Chelsea. He is in the camp of Raphael Japan. So many people believe that Raf can make a fist in that election. So let's see how it goes. Another key constituency. So I've given you 2 now. I've given you Adansia Sokwa, and I've given you Bantama, and I've given you the Asante Achimsi. There are 3: North,
all of them,
South, and Central. So 5. My 6th key constituency is Bekwai. Joe Wise is not going again. Joe Osei-Usu. He said he's tired. There are speculations that he may even be the vice presidential candidate for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now, the top 2 contenders to replace him, George Alex Mensah, COP. He was the one who had the issue with the IGP about the recordings and all that. That's a gentleman. He's 60. He's retired from the police service, and he wants to go to Parliament. Then there's also, actually, reports are saying that he is leading. That's a report I'm picking. I've not done the independent work in there. That's a report I'm picking from reporters and election watchers. Then there's another gentleman who's very strong, Ralph Opoku-Edu said. They say he's very, very strong also in there. And they will not be surprised if he also wins. Then there's Henry Opoku-Ware and Kingsley Opoku Ajima. Bekwa, even traditionally and everything, is a very key area when it comes to, Ashanti region. Then when you go to Bosomefre, Esiwa, being a district capital, there are 5 people who are contesting. The incumbent member of parliament, I think Joyce Ado Akodei, he's been contested by Nana Kwame Asafo-Ejeye, who is part of, I think, the NPP Communications and Youth Politics. Asaribedi Akonyamwa Peter Ejeya Jeman and Akwesi Dakon Boateng. Now, when you go to Jabin, Leo, note Jabin 2 as part of the list. The reason I'm saying that is that the certain member of parliament, Ama Poma, is the Deputy Minister for Communication and Digitalization. The last time he was contested, he won by a difference of 8 votes. 8. Now, there's a new guy who I'm told is very, very strong when you go to Jabin. He's called Francis Owusu Echang. Very, very tough. The last time Mama won that seat. And I've actually pictured him to be, when it comes to the female side of politics, like the chairman Sabon. So he's been there. I think this is, if he contests again, this will be his 4th term in Jabin. He's done some work in there though. But the last time, the difference he won was just 8. MP 8. And people believe that, she'll have a tough time. The next constituency is Kwabri East. Francisca entered Parliament 23 years. He's leaving Parliament 31 years. Still very young, but people say that the NPP and some internal wranglings between what is known as his father or uncle and the regional chairmanship.
I think Francisca has been one of the worst performing MPs.
Yes, because he gives 80,000 votes. It's just like Dr. Manfo.
Yeah.
The only reason why Dr. Manfo is not going there because of roads. If you want the porous road network for the Krum, Kwabri East, and Achama, those are Achama enclaves. But they give, you know that when you combine the Achama areas, Achama Mpunia, Achama Kwama South, Achama Wabieja North. Those four Achama, they give NPP 530,000 votes. In fact, let me pull that data for you. So when people give you this number of votes, you have no option than to also increase and give them a certain facelift. No minimum kakra. Then when the MPs go back, they can report on something. It's now that they are trying to fix the Ofori-Krum roads, and we pray that when the election, because certainly an MPP person will win that Achama seat, the Ofori-Krum seat, we pray that they indeed go and finish the rows. 230. The last time I did the math, I myself was shocked at the number of votes the MPP gets in Achama. Right? Yes. So let me give you this thing. And remember the last time that Achama people blocked the road and they did the demonstration. That was in 2021. I think it was in June. And Uku, our former colleague, reported on that. Now, this is the data I was looking for. When you go to Achama, they have 4 constituencies. Achama will be just south, where Honorable Anshere is. Achama will be just north, where Benito Usubio used to be. Then Achama Mpunia, where Isaac Asai, the former sports minister, is. And Achama Kwama, where the deputy defense. And look at all these positions. Oh. These are, all of them hold ministerial, I think except Anshere is not holding any ministerial position. 3 holds ministerial position. When you go to the 2020 election, Achama Wabieja North gave MPP 29,932. 932. Achama Wabieja South gave MPP 46,929. That was 65% of the valid vote cast. When you go to Achama Mpunia, they gave MPP 49.19% of vote cast. That is 32,504. When you go to Achama Kwama, they gave the MPP 79,029 votes. That is 83.75%. So totally, when you total all the votes in Achama, they give the MPP 188,994. So it's not the 530,000, sorry. It's 188,394 votes. 188,394. Charlie? Out of a total of 294,156.
That's 250,000.
That's 64%. So when you combine that Achama vote, at least 65%, or when you pick 6 out of 10 people from Achama, at least 6 of them vote the MPP. But look at their rules. So I'm saying that yes, member of parliament, they do not do rules. I know they are lobbying because I've seen they speak to us. They are friends. We know they lobby. But they've not done it. It's now that they are doing the Ofori-Krum. Today, when he passed from Bwedi, from Lord K going into the MNI area, it's not that they are doing their roads.
But with the case of Francisca, even apart from the fact that she failed to lobby for roads, how has she been?
No, you can't say she failed to lobby. Leo, the point I'm making is that I know she's lobbied.
Yeah,
see, because of the influence of the dad or the uncle, I don't know whether it's the dad or the uncle.
Those are some of the things why I don't understand. You have a very influential dad who is rich beyond measure. You are a very young MP, female MP. No. I'm saying the clout around her alone. What was the last time you heard her voice in Parliament?
You know why?
Because I haven't seen any.
No, she does. She she'll go to Parliament and do her work. It was recently when the issue happened at Adjust Affairs Ministry, gender. Yeah. That was given a deputy ministerial position. But this girl has given them at least 70,000 votes. 70,000 votes. The point I'm making that we are talking about influence. Look at the Bosomchi Road. Until the blasters came in town, anytime you mention, people say we are doing propaganda. But have you seen the road going to Lake? The regional minister comes from Bosomchi. He's actually been a 3-term member of parliament for Bosomchi. Mebwa. Isn't the education minister who is very also influential and even been there's talk about him.
Hamaun to me is also from that.
Exactly. He's been a constituency chairman for Bosomchi. Yeah. The regional chairman of the NPP. The World Bank comes has been a regional a constituency chairman for Bosomchi constituency. The sitting regional minister for 2 terms. 8 years. I think he's just one of the few regional ministers who got 2 terms. It's from Bosomchi. The education minister, very influential, is from Bosomchi. FF Fanto also, who is very key to the NPP when it comes to the Ashanti regional politics, is from Bosomtwe. Look at their road. So it's not just about yeah. That's the point I'm trying to drive at. Now, when Sir John died, they even talked that actually do the Sakao No Road, which is in Kwabri. Did they do it?
No.
Wasn't Sir John from there?
Yeah.
The other key prominent people from also the Antwerp Clip, they didn't do it. No. So I don't want us to blame the lady. She's a young lady. She did her best, but I'm even happy she's not going again. You shouldn't get blood pressure.
She has a lot of time in front of her. Yeah. And there are big things that she can.
How much? And you see, Starboy is David is listening. Said how much can you even lobby? No. They said it's law of rules, but look at them. Go to Fulukrum. How so high tension? Kanye, Bodi, Emena, even Kote, Ayidiase. Nothing is working. Right from Fumeswa to Tech Junction, you can count the street. In fact, this dawn, the only light I saw was in front of Mansell and St. Louis. The street lights are not functioning. And when you say someone is sitting in the office and say that, you are being a disrespectful person, you are just a young man, 30 years, you shouldn't sit on microphone and talk my matter. You get it? So how can you lobby? The entire region is at a mess. No development. There's now in an election year where they brought equipment trying to fix roads. Meanwhile, they've always been saying that year of roads. I will not be surprised by February. They'll pick equipment to Boankre again. Then they'll go to Airport Roundabout. We were promised 6 interchanges in this region. Not one has been completed in 8 years. So the MP sometimes
wasn't completed.
Yes, but you can say that for me. They've started some feasibility studies and some relocation. They couldn't do it. The airport has stalled. The last time the Kumasi Traditional Council, headed by Otum for himself, were asking questions. What has happened to the airport? The block that was demolished and started again. Yeah. Where Castor, I know people who've been laid off because they've not been paid.
Do you remember the response of the president when he
exactly?
Was
I wish yes. Let me even Leo take over. Let me find it. When he came to Tech FM and he was asked about, I was someone trouble and fan because we're there, and I've always said that when it comes to the Ashanti region, and I keep saying it, the posture of President Kufuor to change in 2020 when he secured victory.
Of course, yeah.
Because see, this region, if you are going by numbers, the vote Ashanti region gives the NPP 1.8 million, cancels 9 regions the NDC won. Mm-hmm. The NPP just won 7 regions. The NDC won 9. Ashanti region vote, when you subtract the difference of NPP from NDC, because it means that if the NDC gets votes in voter region, what's in your mumunyaye? Now it's NPP Denny Freeman. Ashanti region cancels that.
A lot, yeah.
This you see when it comes to even election alone. In fact, in 2020, the NDC had more votes in Ashanti region than the voter region. Yeah. It tells you that this region is the bellwether when it comes to election. But look at our development. Mm-hmm. And you talk someone who say you don't like me. Common streets are from a Jesu. Anybody who plies that road at dawn from 4 knows what I'm talking about. There's not a single functioning street light on there. From Fumeswa, Mine Junction, all the way to Tech Junction. Even Tech Junction, we can't fix street light. So why do you blame the young lady? Medodo Kraba. They didn't help her. So 5 people want to go and take that headache. Opoku Ajima Bonsu, Patrick Amwakukufo, George Opon, Daniel, and one Onina Jemfi.
Jan.
Yeah. Now when you go to Kwada, so your constituency, your MP, do you think he will be retained? Has he done some work there? He's a lecturer.
He's a lecturer. Honestly, I don't know. Last time I said I don't know too much about him. The only time I have seen him in the constituency is when they were having that parliamentary primaries.
No, the presidential.
Yeah. And I actually approached him.
Co-supervisor for the
Yes. So, but I did a little bit of digging around the area, not too much, but just around where I live, and asked people what they thought, and nobody was able to tell me anything joyful. Yeah, so
okay, he's been contested by one Vincent from Pomenu. I don't know much about him, but I think people also are prompting me that it will be a key constituency. Then also we are getting signals that the former NAPCO head for the region, Dennis Kwakwa, who was also the communication officer, he took over from Akwesi Chei. Is contesting the Mampon seat. Is contesting the deputy foreign affairs minister. Yes, Kwekwan Prechum Sapon. And I'm being told it's also a very key constituency to watch. Now, what is interesting for me is the 28th one. Menshianov. Collins Owusu-Amankwa, 2-term MP, is back to contest Akwesi Kunadu. I'm being told it will be a coup for Akwesi Kunadu, but never discount Collins, though people believe that because he went to follow Alan and all that, that may be used against him in the constituency and all that. So that's also interesting to watch. Now, when you go to Menshato, I'm being told that the two people contesting Napo ordinarily didn't want to contest, but they want to contest because your Bonnie Dean's vice president, so there are two people, Kwabena Ado, Mamankwa, and
it's
Helena.
It's going to be a culture for multiple Prempe.
Yeah. Now, another tough constituency for me is this constituency. I've worked there, Manso Dubia. The sitting MP, Afrempong, the deputy agric minister, he's huge in the constituency. You have been there, I know what I'm talking about. They have, I think Manso Dubia, the last, have 57 kilometers of road network. The last time I went there, not even one was started.
Yeah.
They were now trying to do the drains. I know the DC is a very good friend.
Yeah. My boy.
Yes, your school son. Very, very, very. You see,
like CID.
Yeah. Yes, CID. The reason why I like such people I even thought he would contest for the seat. I even thought, Honorable Clement would contest for the seat. The reason why I was thinking he would contest is that when you go to Amansie, they are blessed with resources.
A lot.
But over the years, they've not been able to let the riches that is under the belly of their soil reflect on the surface.
At all.
Over 50 kilometers of roads. Yeah. And it was under his tenure as DCE. That's why I thought he would contest. But I think he has a good relationship with the certain MP. And he's called Ogunde. When you go there, it's called Ogunde. I've worked there. Fransado from Ponado. So I think that maybe Clement should consider it from 2024. Speak to your school son.
Yeah.
He should consider it.
Mansour Dubia Manson Kwanta, with the development that you are talking about, it always baffles my mind. On that road, when you are driving, when you reach Anyang Kwanta and then you take that branch, you find tipper trucks that are carrying bauxite and all sorts of raw materials, timber, you find it there. Gold, you find it there. Farm produce, you find it there. But every time that I take a trip to that area, I'm sad, and it gets worse by the day.
Yeah. Do you know that actually they didn't have a Dubia is part of the Agenda 111 district hospital?
Yes.
They didn't have a district hospital.
Yeah.
The day we went there, let me tell you a story. Because I used to work at the West Africa Democracy Radio. It was a Ford Foundation project. We go there, pick reports, speak to the women there, look at their living conditions and everything. So there was a clinic, and I spoke to the people. Hospital.
Yeah.
And that was my first shock. The second thing I learned was that from Edubia to Agreosum is about 30 kilometers. When a woman wants to deliver, they travel on the back of a motorbike to go. So, like, when they started speaking, and I was like, woo.
And Edubia to Agreosum is even shorter. I was at Kenyago. You reached Dausaso. After Dausaso, the only place,
the furthest I went was Datano and Manso, Argentina.
Datano, there's we are going to the Tontokrom area.
Yeah, Tontokrom. Yeah.
When you get to Kenyago, and then you are coming. I remember one time when I used to work there. Some afternoon, I was a breaking day, and then there was this commotion, confusion. Everybody was shouting, "Hey, girl, that kind of thing." So apparently, this girl, she was a seamstress. All of a sudden, she fainted, and then she started bleeding. Nobody knew what was going on. Car in Nikrumo.
Yes. Zando went to pick a report.
Yeah.
Car
Nikrumo. So there is one trotro that, plies, just around. Because all of them are Kumasi and then, in the village. So they go long distances. And or the car and mom say, let's go. Now the road from Kenyago to Dausaso, when that car is even going at the top of speed, I can still walk past it. Because and I'm like, if this girl needs emergency treatment, there's a cheap compound in Kenyago. When you go there, you won't find anybody there. The best you do, you can find is be a nurse nearby or by but be or could do baby or done a flat crash. It's not even at the clinic. And I wonder. So all the number of times that women go into labor, those who need emergency treatment, those, and they are sitting on money. Obi na kan o see to come there.
Yeah, and
how come?
And actually, when the DC came, then I used to be active on Insha. He came one day. Actually, it almost even went to court about the compensation that the mining company, I don't want to mention the name, had to give them to better their lives. And I've seen him. The reason why I favor him to be an MP, he's a young man, and he's now qualified as a lawyer.
Yeah.
And doing borehole for the people, school uniform, school chairs, and sometimes when I see the things he does on the stage, I'm like, Charlie. So all this while.
And with CID, apart from the fact that he's a brilliant young man, it's his human relation. He connects very well with both young and old.
I think Ogunde will win, but I think that after Ogunde they should try and maybe he's not interested, but I think that they should try and get him to go there. Yeah, because David, Leo, they need a young man with such vision. When he speaks to CID, it's not because he's your friend and my friend, but he has vision. Vision, and I think that he can do the job. Now, when you go to Manson Kwanta, the neighboring, decrement, the former MP, Professor, he's not a professor, he's not a doctor. He's actually had his PhD, but it's called Pro. But he's not had his PhD because of his books. That's why it's called Prof. Please, Albert Kwam is going back to Manson Kwanta. He's going to contest. He lost it in 2020.
Yeah.
And the one who won, George Obeng, he's going to contest. There are actually 5 people: George Obeng, Emmanuel Boachi Adam, Professor Kwam himself, Chenebua Kodua Fuku, and also Emmanuel. Yes. The last time he contested, he was beaten by George Obeng. So George Obeng had 217 votes. Then Prof. Kwam had 157. So a difference of about 60. So people think that, and also there were issues about Galamsey and all those things.
Kwam was, I think he was one of the pioneers of the fight against Galamsey.
Yeah, but it was used against him apparently Clement is listening. He sent me a message. So okay. The thing he said, I can't say it on there. Yes, so he has responded why he couldn't contest, but I can't say it on there. It's privileged information. When we finish, we call it.
Good morning.
Yes,
I'll call you after the show.
Now, the next contest, in Shiaeso, Steka will be contested. And who is contesting them?
Kennedy, because he can't come. But I thought there was an injunction on him. They put an injunction on him not to contest.
No, he's been passed.
He's been passed yesterday.
Yes. No, not yesterday. He's been passed. There's no injunction.
So I read somewhere
maybe there was a petition, but it's been solved.
There has been a directive from the party hierarchy that if you are a DC or a municipal chief executive, you cannot contest an MP.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Actually, it was part of the reasons why CID couldn't contest. As part of it.
Okay.
But I don't know for Kennedy can come back. Per the list the NPP themselves has released, he will be contesting the
Inshiaeso again.
I think that because maybe he is not a KMA, but Inshiaeso is under KMA. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So maybe the decision, and the reason is that in Kumawu, there's been an incident before where the DC and Baswa had a huge issue because of some of these things. It's happened in other regions and all that. But I think because maybe Kennedy is the MCE for Asokore Mampong and Manaf is the one going for that seat, right? So they feel that maybe there's not a direct kind of, I don't know if you get what I'm saying, there's not a direct link. He's not the KMA, he's just under KMA, right? So maybe because he's not the KMA boss like Sampaio or have a direct influence on a lot of things, and undermine the MP, they feel he can contest. Because there's the finalist and he's on, so I think that he can. The last time Steka won with 17 votes.
Yeah.
332 against 315. So very, very keen. So Steka need to, watch it out.
is also one of the elitist constituencies.
Yeah. It's the Kumasi's most elitist constituency. Then when you do in Suta Kwama, because of time, there's also 5 people. Obuasi East 2 people. Obuasi West 3 people. Then my good friend from Odotobri, when you went to do the part, Jacobu, that was the first time I spoke to him on phone. Emmanuel Kwesi Jemfi. The last time he won, the last time he won in Odotobri, let me check the result. He won with about 64 votes. He's been contested by 3 other people, Anthony Mea, Weliot, and all that. Yes, I mentioned the other one, so Odotobri. So I think that he's also maybe maybe a bit of a tough place for him. Then offensive enough, we have I think he's the Deputy Minister for Regional Reorganization, Collins Owusu team. He is contesting. Then there's also offensive enough. There's also Fred Cheya Samoa. Then Roxanne Edubuahen. Then Oforikrom, where Madam Claudia couldn't come. There are 5 people. He's the only lady. There are 4 other people. Nelson Owusu Ansa. There's Joseph Tieyiri. There's Jemfi Nkrumah Edwabo. We spoke to him last Friday. Then there's also the son of the Cocoa Board CEO, Michael Kwesi Eidu. Then Tafo Pankrono Sewa Carol will contest Vincent again.
That one too is, I think it's a bit shaky for
tough. Yeah, tough. Then when you go to Swam, Chairman Samuels is not going again. We speak to Maxwell this week. The Maxwell want to go, but I think the contest between him and John Darkon lawyer. I hear the contest also tough in Swami. Then you have Subin Eugene Boatwenti, former minister for, I think he was the deputy minister for one of the deputy ministers, Eugene. He'll be contested. Then he'll be contested by the name I've heard so far is our good friend, the Nadmo boss Ashanti region, Frank.
Oh yeah, Frank Dodu.
Yeah. See Simon changing Senate one. And this is the Cocoa Board. Where the Cocoa Board?
Subin used to be for Isaac Osei, right?
Yeah, Isaac Osei. Yeah. Isaac Osei used to be the former MP for Subin. So Subin is Asafo.
Yeah.
Asafo, a doom those enclaves. Yes. So that is the list. Now let's allow our listeners to come in. Which constituencies are you monitoring, and will you retain your MP? If you're a delegate, are you retaining your MP and all that? So please tell us who you'll be voting for. Which constituencies do you think are very keen? Which MP you do not want to see in Parliament? And which of the new faces do you want to see also in Parliament? Please call us on 03-220-83596, 03-220-83597, 03-220-83598. You can also send us a WhatsApp on 055-111-1995, 055-111-1995. Let's speak to Daniel. Danny, good morning.
Good morning, Eugene.
Yes, please, which constituency is key for you, and are you retaining your MP?
Achumampono, to be precise.
Oh, okay, Isaac. Achumampono, that's Isaac Osei.
Isaac Kwame Esiama.
Kwame Esiama, yes, Esiama, sorry.
Personally, I think we have to retain Isaac Kwame Esiama for better development of Achumampono.
But he's been there for over 20 years.
Yes, of course. The man has done a lot for us. I am from the constituency, and I need to be precise.
Are you a delegate?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So Daniel says that he believes the former sports minister Isaac Esiama should be retained. Christophe, what's your constituency? And
hey, the research man.
Chief, good morning.
Good morning. I hope you are fine.
I'm fine.
Inshaso used to be my constituency when I still worked there. But what I want to say is that Stika, we are not feeling him. You know, there are some people they are very active in Parliament. Look, when you look at Kwada, Dr. Kenslenyako, and then look at Oforikrom, Dr. Mafo. These guys, they are performing well in Parliament. You know, when you look at the committees they are on, they are doing well. But you see, how do you balance your constituency and Parliament? And so they don't also work in Parliament at the expense of a constituency, because it is constituency that put you there. So it's sad, but I feel that we are not enjoying him. We feel like if we will let Kankam make a U-turn, it will help us. Because Kankam is a listening person. When you go to him, he's able to talk to you. Even he can't help you, he creates some ways for you. But this one, when you go, you know, you know.
Okay, Christophe.
So,
that's fine.
You have to look at that. And then we are telling them, the delegates, we beg them. Nobody should come and see them with some 2,000 Ghana cedis or flat screen TV. And then you impose such people on us, you know. So when you do that, you are not helping the party, you are not helping the constituency, you are not helping the people in there. And so they should be.
So, Joe, let's pick another person. So Erasmus is on. Erasmus, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, please, what's your constituency?
Oforikrom.
Oh, Oforikrom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And fortunately, one of the aspirants is my very close friend. But I think I have some few questions for him. That's no answer.
Okay. Nelson will be coming somewhere this week.
This time. Now, I was away for some time. I came just yesterday. I was just going out of the house. I've seen an excavator on a Mena were districts. Now, they know they have to do something for this constituency. I think it's unfortunate. You see, when you're doing politics, you shouldn't take the people for granted. And I think the aspirants who are coming, they will not take the people of Oforukun for granted this time around, because we have now become wiser than they are. And we're going to decide.
So, Erasmus, I'll just tell you to listen to us more. We'll be speaking to Nelson. We'll also be speaking to the other people, Mr. Edu. We've spoken to Ejabu already. So you can ask them all these questions. But let me take a quick break, because of our time. I have to attend to something. We'll come back soon, and we'll have more conversations about this. You can still send us your input. I'll read them, 055-111-1995.
It's a new day, and I got bills that I have to pay. Now you're running late, running out of time. Feels like the world is waiting in line. All you gotta do is pick up the phone and just dial.
So whatever you do, whoever you are, there is an easy way for everyone. The simple life is just one touch away. Experience the magic starting today.
And it all begins with
You see, I don't need to write or cash a check. I don't need data or internet. I have something that's faster than a jet. Just like
what they're talking about. You could be a palm wine topper, a teacher, a rapper, a schoolboy, a school girl, or a trader, a bank MD, a chairman, or a baker.
Guaranteed Trust Bank. Wouldn't you rather bank with us?
It's portable, disposable, and always on hand when you need it. Flora disposable handkerchief fits in your pocket or bag, and it's always ready to come to the rescue. Sweat? No problem. Coughs and colds? Caught safely. Tears of joy or despair? Wiped away. Flora tissues in the form of disposable handkerchiefs, box tissue, toilet roll, multi-purpose towels, and table napkins plays an important role in personal, home, school, office, and commercial hygiene, minimizing the spread of infections and keeping us healthy. Flora tissues are made with premium tissue paper, so choose Flora tissues. To be a distributor, call 0243 033 033.
Say wo pese wo ku malaria yade a malaria parasite moawa no entumi ne ndia kansie bia enu nti ne ehia duro bi te se Luzatra ne sekan wo mu ne yemienu na atumi atu malaria moawa na se totroto. Luzatra tumi ne malaria moawa ne disi ani blow by blow enu nti unhia Luzatra. Luzatra kura active ingredient mienu na enu nti malaria parasite no entumi nandan ne ho se ne oyeda no. For Luzatra ne you malaria yade ni firi ho. Ansa na obefa malaria duro bia no emra no kire se esese okoye test na ohu se malaria moawa no wo mujam. FDA ahwehwe sa adwadie nkratoi age atum se eya. Luzatra kutia malaria yade blow by blow, blow by blow, blow by blow.
Smile! Fidelity Bank has got you covered. We are offering personal loans of up to 450,000 Ghana cedis for salaried workers with 2 months repayment holiday. No gimmicks. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and smile. We'll even take on your existing loans with your bank and help you live your financial dreams with discounted processing fees from now till 31st December 2023. Buy that car, take that holiday, or get a Fidelity Bank mortgage and smile with our fixed sum monthly repayment and fixed interest rate. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and smile. Switch and smile with Fidelity Bank. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, damn, sir. nothing, nothing, no. Woman, still without a woman, nothing, nothing, no. Oh, woman, African woman, woman, African woman. So that woman is strong.
Conversation I promised you with the NPP Parliamentary aspirant for the Ofurukrum constituency, Madam Claudia Kwatin Lumo. I hope I get the name right. When I invite her in, she can correct me when I'm wrong. But before we do that quick interview, let me tell you about Royal Foam. Royal Foam is also in a constituency, by the way. They are still selling their quality products, best sofa, best sheets, best press curtains, and carpets at their showroom. And you can get a 10% discount because of this Christmas festivities and the New Year. The showroom is at CCC, Sokre Mampong, and it's at their premises where they do the mattress itself. So you can call them on 020-227-1000. Remember, this offer is limited for some small space. So please go there and get your Royal Foam. They are the quality, the best on the market. And Royal Foam, they say rest assured. The last time I told you how to check whether there's been multiple mobile numbers that have been linked to your Ghana card. For you to do that, step one, you dial the *402*1# on your mobile device. Then you type your Ghana card PIN without a hyphen for verification. So when you get to the GH, you don't use the hyphen, they just type everything together. Then you enter your date of birth. Leo was born on 20th November. So for example, 20th November 2020, you just do 27/11/2020. There's no hyphens, dash, slash, nothing. Then you'll be sent a prompt where you see a comprehensive list of mobile numbers linked to your Ghana card along with their corresponding networks. If you identify any unwanted mobile number linked to your Ghana card, request for a delinking of the number from the service provider as soon as possible. You never know what someone may be using your identity for. So please call your service provider on 100, whether MTN, Vodafone, Airtel, Tigo, or whatever, 100, or you can call the NCA, the National Communication Authority, on toll-free number 0800-110-622. Let me tell you about GIMPA and centers before we do our interviews. What is your preferred color of tank? Centers has it. What guarantee do you want? Centers has it. What kind of inner layers do you want? Triple, double, quadruple, as many layers as you want? Centers has it. So remember, no matter your water needs, Centers has it. Centers are strong, are tough. They have 300 agents nationwide, so everywhere you go, you get it. Kumasi, Dunkwa, Accra, Tamale, you get Centers tank. To order a tank, please call them on 0244-335-168 or visit them at Centers Ghana or shop online at www.centergh.com. Also on their social media, just search Centers Ghana, you get them. Centers tank, tough, strong. So my guest for this interview is one of about 13 female aspirants vying for the slot of parliamentary candidates for the NPP in 41 constituencies going into the January 27th elections. She's the only female facing stiff competition from 4 male opponents vying for the slot in the Ofurukrum constituency. She is Claudia Kwatin Lumo, the CEO of Glit Africa, an exciting high-end celebrity lifestyle fashion brand that highlights the life of the contemporary African woman. That is why I played the Becca song for her. It's deliberate. Then she's also a good ambassador for the United Nations Population Fund, advocating for maternal health and child welfare, supporting women and children in vulnerable situations to make their lives better. So that's the woman I'll be speaking to. Madam, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I hope you're fine.
Yes.
Yes.
My name is Kwatin.
Kwatin. Oh, okay. So it's Claudia Kwatin Lumo, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's nice. So how's the new year going for you?
New Year's going fantastic. We have to be grateful to God. We made it to 2024, so I don't think any one of us can complain.
When I advertised that I will speak to you, there are a lot of questions I had. I don't know whether our time will permit us to go through all that. And I think that just as you walk into the studio, you heard one of your constituents, Erasmus, talking about roles. Before even going into the main issues, Someone whispered to me that, the formation of Love FM in Kumasi, how it started and everything, you were instrumental in there. What's your journey with multimedia?
My journey with multimedia. Okay, so my first work in Ghana was at multimedia.
Oh, okay.
Kusichum is a great mentor to all of us. Our time was Mr. Nyoma Famie, who was the MD, and he's still my mentor. I still speak to him as even yesterday. Your general manager at the moment was part of our team then. Jemagla is a brother, Apuzu, all of that. So I worked with multimedia before I went to university. Yes.
Oh, wow. Before you went to the university?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It was my first job.
Oh, okay.
I'm 43 years. I'm almost 44. So
you don't look your age.
Yes. I'm almost 44 years with 3 children.
Please come to Facebook and see the 43-year-old lady with 3 children.
Have you been drinking an elixir of youth or something?
It's just by God's grace. And, I'm a positive person. And I think if you live your life with a positive mindset, I don't have any bone of like negativeness in me. So I think it's just keeping my glow.
I think that's some nugget there. If you want to live, youthful, free, just think about yourself and drink water. Don't concern yourself with other issues. You want to be a member of parliament because of when you win on the NPP ticket, you want to be a member of parliament. I know you have followed your what you do, Great Africa, into empowerment of women, maternal health, child issues, and all that. Why do you want to be a member of parliament? Why do you want to live a seemingly less chaotic, less noisy field and come into politics, especially as a woman?
Okay, so first of all, I want to do this because I want to serve. My whole journey has been about serving. I think that for the United Nations to, for the first time, appoint somebody in Ghana, I'm the first person they've appointed as a United Nations Goodwill Ambassador. For them to do that, you have to have a heart of service. You have to be somebody that can have the feeling, you can feel when people are vulnerable. And you're ready to serve and you're ready to be there for people. And that's always been my soul. That's always been my journey. That's always been how I have built my business and made me the woman that I am today with this global name that I have. And why politics? Because for me, politics is people. I don't see it as noisy as you are saying it. Even in our home, I've got 3 children, so my home is not silent. There's noisy everywhere. It's how you see it. For me, it's a calling. Leadership is a calling. People are going into politics because they want a position. That's not why I want to do this. It doesn't mean anything to me. I know I know what I have. I know how I can do the job. I've been doing the job for 12 years. And that's the reason why I'm doing this. It's not to get a position, but to be there and to do what I can do to support a constituency that I love so much, a constituency that I was born and raised in, a constituency that made me the person that I was before the world and Africa started celebrating Claudia. It was Oforikum that made me the woman. And now people can now know the Claudia Kwatin Lumo that I am. So that's why I'm presenting myself.
In answering that question, you made mention of having worked for 12 years and getting the global recognition. Certainly, for you to get a global recognition means that you've done some work. You put in the work, you put in the shift, and people have recognized what you do. So someone asks, in that 12 years, what have you been doing? Is it just Great Africa? What goes into what you do? How did you get this name? Because when someone just Googles you, Claudia Kwatin Lumo, I Googled you. A lot of things came, a dossier of information. How did you build that brand in the last 12 years?
I would say it's integrity. I'm somebody that respects